Hello, welcome back to Bridging the Gap. We're here with Kenisha Lacole, who's running for District 7 Board of Education. Welcome back.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good, good. So, Kenisha, tell me what's been going on with you, what you been up to.
A lot. Community work, what I love. Just loving on the people. Let's see, this past weekend, I was at the Pemberton meeting about the housing.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that. I heard that was kind of a lot of things going on over there.
For me, what I realized was the living conditions weren't conducive for them. And for me, it just triggered me or how our youth are being affected in the school system, not knowing, if their ceilings are going to fall down or what water's coming in the building or what animal or rodent that they're going to see. And we just never know how these kids are going to act when they come in school or what their minds are thinking or how they feel or how their hearts feel.
Now, this is Permanent Manor, right?
Permanent apartments.
Permanent Apartments, okay. And
I believe that's what it's called.
Yep. And I know there's been some things being said that like there was a lot of stray cats and rats and heard bats.
I have heard that.
Yeah, roaches, all kinds of things going on over there. Now I know she said something about this does affect the mental.
Capacity of our children.
Right. Now tell me, how does that affect the kids going to schools from there?
I feel like it affects our children in a very awkward way. We don't know what our children are going through. If we're not there or in the trenches with them to figure out what's going on, we don't know why they're lashing out in school, why they're choosing not to pay attention, why they're not understanding certain things or keeping their attention. We don't know what's going through our minds. As adults, we all have our mental health issues. I mean, I know myself, I have ADD, so we don't always stay on task. So we don't know.
I do too, by the way.
So we really don't know what these children are going through when they're in
Sure.
school. They could literally be supposed to be taking a test, but thinking about the bat that's going to fly over their head or the hole they have in their ceiling or what they're going to eat tomorrow. We don't know how that's affecting them.
And yeah, I can also say that it'd probably be kind of embarrassing for them to open up their book bag and there would be something that come out of their book bag and all the kids make fun of them and
You
things
never
like
know.
that. Thank you for being there. Now, did you recognize any other elected officials there?
Oh, there was a couple.
Okay. Such as?
Demetria Marshall Leonard, April Jackson, and Councilwoman April Jackson, and then Councilwoman Michelle Gregory.
Okay, so yeah, I also saw that they said that the city was going to be walking through. Was there a lot of people from the city that went through these apartments? I mean,
I'm not for sure how that went, and
Okay.
I'm not for sure if that was done. But I do want to go the next time.
right, yeah. I mean, again, I know there's a lot of things that, I mean, even talking with Bishop Dickerson over to the Christian shelter, he can even say that how these kids are affected by their living situation. Now, working, and I've also known on Facebook that you spend a lot of time with your son doing some dancing.
I do.
And we were just talking a few minutes ago, and it's unique because my brother, who is DJ Ski Boogie, he's done some work with your son.
Yes, when my son was 7 years old in 2019, my son was on Showtime at the Apollo.
The
And-
Showtime at the
yes,
Apollo.
The Showtime at the Apollo. He was 7 years old, a packed house of over 1,500 people.
Ooh.
Yes, and it was beautiful. He did an amazing job. Skeet did the music for him, and along with other local small businesses, I made sure Monique Armwood from Bright Quiet, he wore a shirt from there on stage that night, the rehearsal night. He wore a Lost King shirt from Ramo Ferrer, and there was a local barber who did his hair that I made sure that I tagged. So we were bringing home to New York.
So, but you want to make sure that those people that had a hand in it were represented.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all about community for me.
Absolutely. And I noticed that, like I said, that seems to be your happy place with your son is dancing out there.
It is.
There any other like neighborhood kids that get involved when y'all do that?
Yes, sometimes the neighborhood kids will hop in with me every now and again, and it's fun. Or if I'm out and about, some of my mentees will pop in. Or Miss Kenisha, can we make a TikTok? I got a couple of those too. You just never know where you might find me with the kids, though. They find me and want to make TikToks. I actually did a TikTok with the flag football girls we had from the
Okay.
Wycomico County when they had their flag football. Yeah.
Okay, well, good. See, that's good because I do believe a lot of time kids don't want to tell grown-ups what's going on unless they are familiar with them. So if you're out there with them outside of the school element, now you are a mentor right now,
Yes.
currently. Now, where do you mentor at?
Currently, I am mentoring right now at Washington High, starting my mindfulness
Okay.
group. Yes, I will be there tomorrow to see them. And I also mentor at East Salisbury, Bennett High, and Salisbury Middle. And I am adding a couple more schools to my list this year. So
So what do you mentor? What subject or all?
there's no particular subject for me when I mentor. My big thing is mental health. So when I go in and I mentor, I check on them, see how they're doing, ask them about their grades, ask them how they're feeling. First and foremost, if I don't know how they're feeling, then I can't attend to what's going on. So yes, I can say, hey, what's your grades look like? But if I don't know how you're feeling, I don't know why you're not getting your grades done, why you're late to school, or any of those things, or why you're getting in trouble in school or have any issues. And some don't have issues. Some just like someone to talk to have better guidance, or where they could go, or with things they don't know, and resources. And I love providing resources and connecting with the community so I can help the children with that as well.
Is this something you just started doing when you got older, or did you do this as a kid? Always was interesting everybody else, or was there somebody that inspired you? How did you get into?
I would say I've been doing this for a really long time. It's who I am as a person. It's just who I am. If you know me, you know I've always been boots on the ground type of chick. I've just always been there, loving on the kids and loving on the people as a whole, regardless of race, religion, background, who you love. It's just me, and that's just who I am. So when I'm working with kids and people in the community, it's a passion and it's a love that I have. It heals me too.
So, what made you want to actually become a board member, though? I mean, you're already, I was talking to somebody a little earlier that it was like, man, I was thinking about running for office, but I realized how much I could do not running. What made you actually want to get involved as far as possibly becoming a board member?
A friend of mine brought it up, and I was like, well, they actually brought up me running for, that wasn't Board of Education. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And they were like, Board of Education? I was like, that's with the babies. I could do that. And when I looked at what it was and how it involved the children, what the Board of Education does is technically what I do. This just gives me a bigger platform. And I get to push out everything that I've been doing on a bigger platform, and it just gives me a wholehearted reason to just be like, yes, let's just do this.
So what I'm gathering from what you're telling me there is that somebody saw that there was something in you that had leadership in it, and they wanted you to do something else when you were like, I don't know if I want to go there, but then they said, how about board? It was something like that?
Yes, and I was like, I don't want to go that far. And they were like, what about Board of Education? And I was like, yeah, I can do the babies.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. Now, how many kids you have of your own?
I have two. My oldest is 20. He'll be 21 in January, and my youngest is 14.
Wow.
My oldest graduated from Bennett High, so he is a Wycomico County.
Well, he's an intelligent young man.
And my baby boy is still in Wycomico County, and I am a graduate of Wycomico County Public Schools.
Well, no, he went to Bennett, though. That's important. I graduated from Bennett, too.
Well,
very intelligent kids.
Still.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, wow. So you're still out there in the community and stuff. Being with the young people in the community, what are some of the things that you've seen that they deal with that you are concerned with?
I am concerned about their mental health. That is one of my biggest things, and digging down to their mental health is if you know me, that's my biggest thing, and I will question you to death. So being very mindful of things and being very conscious of their thought process and what they go through and why they do the things they do, I will question you to death. My mentees could probably tell you I will question them to death because I don't understand if I don't know.
You never know unless you ask the question.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you look at when, a kid's going through something, you're like, wait a minute, this is something that might be mental. I mean, what are some of the.
Sometimes, like, one of the biggest things that I have seen is when it comes to not necessarily living conditions, but there could be a mother who has, let's just say she has 3 kids. One could be 14, one 7, and now you have one that's like 4, right? So, single mom, trying to make ends meet, and she's working this job and coming home at like 7 in the morning. So the 15-year-old's place is to take care of the 7-year-old, right? out of just because I'm making you, or she's out partying or clubbing, but she's trying to provide for her children. So the 15-year-old's late in the morning. She's tired. She's taking care of the two little ones, trying to make sure they eat, got a bath, and they get off.
That does happen.
Yeah. So there. Then I did have a mentee who was late to school for this particular reason because they were trying to help their parents take care of their little brother and sisters, and they were late to school, so they were failing their first period class. Those type of things bother me because it's something it's out of that child's control.
Yeah, it makes me think of there was an episode of Little House on the Prairie where something like that happened, and there's some people who don't know the background. They'll be like, "Oh, you're just failing," but they don't know things are happening within the home like that.
You have to take time to understand the youth and from their perspective. Another reason I love making TikToks with them, and I know some people say that social media doesn't matter, we need to take it out of their hands, but it's 2025. And these kids have their love language. We cannot neglect their love language and expect them to trust us. Like, we can't say I have to love you the way that I want to love you and then trust me. That's not going to happen. And half of the time that really doesn't work. I mean, it does to some, I guess, if you can really get to them. But I know I love my babies, and we will make a TikTok anywhere. Like, it's just funny. I've made TikToks out in the Salvation Army, outside the Salvation Army, in the middle of a field. You just never know. In the schools, we're just in the hallway. It's a beautiful thing to be able to love on the kids and see them smile for a purpose.
Thank you. And one thing I can say, I've noticed that with you and your son, they seem to be, I'm trying to make sure I say it the right way, mama's boys.
They are. They're my
Now,
babies.
is that because you spend extra time with them, though, right?
I do make sure that I spend time with my children. If I can spend time with everybody else's, I should be able to spend time with my own.
That's good.
And I always make sure at the bottom of me and my boys' TikToks, I always say making memories.
I like that. Okay, well, we're going to come back with our next segment, and I do appreciate you. This one-on-one here. I'm actually, this is the second time we've got a chance to interview Kenisha, and this time we actually can see her face. She's got her hat off.
I did take my hat off.
So she's doing things a little differently, but she's getting it.
I'm listening to my team.
That's awesome. Thank you, and we'll be back here on Bridging the Gap.